mix being able to work with him since drafting him?
Yeah, I mean, Bo's a great kid. He's been really good out here. All of them have done a good job. I think they've all had really good days, and there's still some rookie moments, but that's every single rookie in the league, and I think he's coming along just nicely.
When they're in a competition like this, you see when I've covered quarterback derbies, there seems to be a tendency maybe to be conservative because turnovers are the easiest thing to identify. How do you coach that with them when they're in a derby? It's different than a guy, he knows he's a starter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, we don't want to be check down Charlies. We want to be aggressive down the field, and if it's not there, we want to keep moving forward. So I don't think we have that tendency. I think it's just being smart with the football. To the naked eye, it might look that way, but if you look what's going on with protection or down the field, getting a completion sometimes is the only thing you got. And right now, we're just going through the installs, kind of learning the offense. We have two guys that are brand new to this offense, so kind of the attention's put there.
What do you want to do between now and when training camp starts in terms of watching film of the quarterbacks, deciding the strategy? Would you think training camp starts, you would limit it, maybe two guys get most of the reps or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a head coach question, to be honest with you. Him and I talk about it, but we got a pretty good plan on how to go out about this thing, and it's going pretty good right now.
Davis is a guy that was a rookie in this league and know how hard it is to get your game quickly to speed. How impressive has Nick's been in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously went through it, and I had Eli Manning in the room, which was pretty great. And he's got different experiences with Stiddy being second year in the offense, Zach being in multiple systems throughout his career. So it's a good room to have that for a young guy. And over the offseason, I called plenty of coaches, plenty of former teammates, like just kind of talking through, hey, back then, this is what we did. What would you change? What would you like now? What was really important? What wasn't? So that's been a process, honestly, since February in regards to just gathering information and kind of getting everybody ready.
In doing that, what was the best piece of advice you received?
I mean, I think everybody wants to do too much early on. Sean talks about it all the time. If you're a young coach, you want to give too much information, but that kind of goes against what I believe in, and that's reacting and giving guys the opportunity to show what they have. So I think just limiting information, making it simple, and allowing them to react and grow their library as they go. Because Stiddy's played a bunch of games, Zach's played a bunch of games, and Bo gets to learn from those two. Myself, Joe, Pete, Sean, we have a pretty good village here. So, it's just day by day and keep getting better at something.
Davis, a lot of people spoke well of your role in the pre-draft process, what you could add, having been a recent NFL quarterback. In your own words, what did you try to bring to the table, during the pre-draft process?
My experience, both playing and helping out coaching, and I've been a part of a few drafts over the years in regards to just sitting in on meetings, kind of gathering information, getting ready for this step, and just when asked, say what I believe in, and carry out private quarterback tests, ran those, etc., and just kind of make sure everybody had the same amount of time to study, and Bo separated himself and did a really good job.
Why did Bo separate himself?
I think his ability to retain information, his work ethic, his ability on the field, a lot of starts. And he's a really good player. And we have a good room, we really do, and they're all meshing really well together, which is exciting because competition sometimes that gets a little dicey at times. But we nailed that the first meeting. That's not going to happen here. We're all going to be rooting each other on, and we want everybody's best, and then let the coaches decide.
Davis, was that an important message for you to give them?
Oh yeah. I mean, no one wants to be in a nasty room, nasty relationship, anything. So communication is the power to any successful relationship, and we try to drill that every day.
Davis, with everything all the work you put in on Bo and through the process, and then when you finally get your hands on him, it's probably a little bit different. What else did you learn that maybe you didn't see through the whole process about him as a player, but then when you get to coach him, you kind of found that out?
Yeah, I would say how consistent he's been. I mean, that private you get one day, maybe a couple, and then combine one day. Couple Zooms, but how consistent he's been every day, his approach. Every single one of them have been great. I really mean that. And it's a great room to work with. I'm very excited.
Sean talks about loving the competition from this group, and you're younger, the way the roster's transition. Have you seen that from him?
Yeah.
He seems, I don't want to say invigorated because he was last year, but it seems to be a little bit different version of Sean.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a couple things. I think it's year two of our system, what Sean's bringing here, George, Mr. Penner, Carey, everything. Year two of a system, back-to-back years here, and it's younger. I mean, quarterback room is younger, other positions are younger, a lot of competition, receiver, offensive line, tight ends, everywhere. There's competition 1, 2, and 3. So that kind of creates a little bit of elevation in regards of execution, study habits, and then energy on the field, which has been fun to watch the last couple weeks.
When you get to work with a player like Zach Wilson, he comes on a system maybe a little bit different, learn some habits that maybe you have to work out. over? You start from scratch there, and you kind of try to build off what you know?
Yeah, I think the one mistake coaches make in this league, which is hilarious, is they handcuff quarterbacks and they try to drill them and mechanically make them something that they couldn't do, or they just got taught and they memorized it and they think that's the only way. So, yeah, he's had a lot of coaches in his lifetime, and I can relate to that. It's 6 offensive coordinators in 3 years. Um, so, him and I have had a lot of conversations in regards of, hey, this is what you've known, this is what I think you're best at, and let's try to have some meaningful conversation here as opposed to this is rigid, this is loose. Like, let's just communicate, and whatever your best is, that's what we want. And so he's trying some new things. I think it's coming along for him.
Two more for Davis.
Did that experience impact you as a coach, having all those rigid?
Yeah, I've been so blessed to have so many good coaches from college on, and I've also had some coaches that were a little different, and just kind of picking yes and no, things I liked, things I didn't like, friends, former coaches, current coaches, and just try to make it the best it can be for every day. I mean, that's the most fun part is like Stiddy's in the second year, Zach's been here for a couple months, Bo just got drafted, so teaching in a manner, in a whole room that impacts all of them, where Stiddy's not bored because these two guys are new, or I'm jumping ahead too much because these two guys are new. That's been the fun part for me this offseason.
Just in this organizational system you have, in which Sean talks about, you can pull up, game plans from college, and it's just readily available. How did you sort of learn that kind of system of studying the game, and how does it help you?
I growing up, I wanted to be a coach. I didn't think I'd be good enough to play, to be honest with you. Then I got better and kept playing. So I've always kept everything. I'm a hoarder. My girlfriend hates me for that, whatever. But I really enjoy information. I really enjoy keeping information that I know I'll use down the road or in meetings today. So I keep everything. I put it in a PDF. COVID really helped me there. The first month and a half, there's nothing to do, and I just scanned every document I had and made it in one file, and now it's able to kind of go back and forth.